sympathy and solidarity for Ukraine.
And here we go. Second try. Neutral. Close the garage door. Is it going? Yes. So, I'm going out to find a nice spot to have a chat with you blokes, because I want to let you know what I'm up to. And I will be up to a few things. Put down the screen. That's how easy it is to do it. Oh, it's so nice to get out on the bike! Oh, yes! This is amazing to get out on the bike again. I don't watch it, those tires are cold. It's freezing in my garage. Forgot to do up my jacket. Oh, that's choking me. It's actually nice wearing leather gear. Somehow I feel safer in leather. I mean, it is an extra skin, a layer of skin, and I'm sure it offers more protection than a sort of a nylon fabric. But the new fabrics nowadays, they're not bad. Anyway, I'm not here to talk to you about jackets and fabrics and leathers. I'm going to find a nice little spot that I can set up my GoPro and have a little chat to you. And now look at what I'm after doing. I forgot to bring my tripod. I had it all lined up on the floor, and as my son came in, didn't I forget to put the tripod in? Or didn't I forget to tie the tripod onto the bike? So what, I'll just find some way or other of placing the camera. I have all sorts of mounts everywhere. I just have to find a nice little spot to do all that. I think I actually might know the ideal place to do that. I know it's not far from here. And if there's nobody on the bench, on the bank, well, we can sit down and have a chat there. And I can puff away on my e-cigarette or whatever you call it. So here we go. Should be going that way, shouldn't I? Give me a ride in the back, love. Kissing in the dark room. No. Kissing in the back room of the movies on a Saturday night with you. Jeez, I haven't done that for a long time. Oh, they were good old days. There's the park bank now, but it's all in the shade, isn't it? Oh, it looks all dirty. Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no. That was a waste of time, wasn't it? Wasn't it? So lots of sound down here. It's suppose it all got washed onto the road while the weather was bad, and now I know why it's all dirty, as the Irish say, dirty. So that's full luck. So we have another little look at the park bank. It is nice here though, isn't it? So folks, we're out on the bike. I do sort of like it here. I do. There it is. I could use the bank as wouldn't it be amazing to drop it here now? Will that work for me? It's a long way down. Sugar. I think we'll go up a little bit. I'm doing this really well, aren't I? Well, that's better. It's a nice thing about these GSs. They knock off as soon as you put it on at the stand. Oh, it's a brutally big bike, isn't it? Yeah, well, I could try this. Okay folks, I think I'll set myself up somewhere or other. So let me get around to you here. Anyway, at last I'm getting going on my channel. The channel is called Put On Your Lid, and if people don't know what a lid is, in German it's a Deckel, which is a sort of a cover on your head. So put on your lid, put on your cover. And boys and girls, you're probably wondering, what is this bloke all about and what's this channel going to be all about? I've sort of named it P-U-Y-L. Sounds sort of American, but put, P-O-Y-L, put on your lid, P-O-Y-L. Anyway, I want to be taking you on tours to the Austrian Alps, the Swiss Alps, the Italian Dolomites, around the nicest places in Germany, on some of the most beautiful roads, on all sorts of different bikes. So if you like that sort of thing, well, go ahead and like and subscribe. Do it now, because I think you're going to like this. What I'll be doing on the channel is I'll be doing some ride-outs on some of my own bikes, and I'll be exploring some of the most amazing, fast, sweeping roads in Germany. And I will also be driving my R1250 GS AHP model with all the extras on those longer trips. For the shorter trips, I'll be taking out different bikes. I'll be doing a little bit of winter riding and summer riding now, which we're coming into the summer, but I did a little bit of winter riding on some of the budget bikes that I have. And yeah, there'd be some of the tours that I did were with the GSA here in cold weather. Good one is the stop at McDonald's.
So folks, a double cheeseburger, Big Mac, chips and a Fanta. That's me.
And well, basically I'll be riding the bikes that I own and doing some reviews. Just to give you a little insight on what sort of bikes I'll be riding and doing some reviews on. I've ridden the 2022 Triumph Speed Twin, and I'd like to get that out next week for you. I'll be involved with the 2021 Ducati Scrambler 1200, which I went on a tour on, and the Ducati, the fantastic Ducati 2022 Multistrada V4 Pikes Peak. That's a long one. And plenty more. Future plans are to ride out on the amazing Triumph Rocket in all its muscular glory. And I'll be on some BMWs in form of the new 1000R and the 1000 Double R. If I can get my hands on the M-Spec one, I could be out on that for you. I'll also be getting a loan of a Kawasaki Z900 in that beautiful green colour. I love the bike. It's an inline straight 4 and it has an amazing sound. I've actually already ridden it. I haven't done any sort of review on it yet, but I had a go on it already. I'd like to also give you a quick rundown on what sort of bikes I have. I'll be doing a more in-detail review of the bikes with letting you know what needs to be done and what's already been done, and what sort of money I'm going to be putting into these things. The first bike that I bought was a 1999 Honda NTV 650 in a sort of a metallic blue with 62,000 kilometers on the clock. That's a V2 with around about 55 to 58 brake horsepower. The bike was running really badly when I bought it. It had sort of petrol problems. That would be the carbs, a rusty tank, dirt in the fuel line, dirt in the fuel tap, and so on and so on. So basically it was in the garage for ages, and this guy decided, well, he's had enough of it. I did the fork seals on it, I did the brakes on it, I did a couple of electric things on it. I didn't spend much money on it. I spent only 200 or 300 euros on it. Bought it for 525 euros, and now actually it's a wonderful bike. I really do like it. I genuinely like it. I also bought two Suzuki 500e slingshots, is what they're called, a slingshot. I can't compare to anything which looks or sounds like a slingshot. But anyway, it's a 1982, the black one, and a 1984, the silver one that I bought. No, it's a red one. And I also bought a spare engine. So one of them cost 450 euros, the other cost 290 euros as far as I can recall. Then I bought two Suzuki GT250s, which are two-stroke twins, early 80s. They're both running. I paid 1,800 for both, and they are beautiful bikes, and it brings back memories just to ride them. I bought a Suzuki inline GS X550 1985 in white. It runs sort of. It's going to need a lot of attention. I only paid 300 euros for it, and you can have a lot of fun on that when that thing is that was fast in its day. One of the nicest bikes that I bought was a Yamaha XJ6, which is the 51J 1987 inline 4. Now don't mix it up, it's not the diversion model. It's the one before that, the 51J, as I said. It's got 3 clocks and a sort of a half sort of fairing on it. Beautiful bike. I rode one years ago when I was younger, and I'll never forget it. It went like stink, and I do think maybe I'm going to keep that for myself when it's fully restored. It hasn't been started yet because it's been 20 years in the shed, and you have to be very, very careful and prep it before you just turn it over. I also bought a Suzuki GS550, which is an inline 4 as well. Chopper, more cruiser sort of thing. That's the style. It runs sweetly, and I only paid 540 euros for that. It only had an oil gasket leak, so I fixed that I fixed that immediately. The XJ651J, that cost me 296 euros. If you're wondering how I get these sort of funny sums, I buy them in eBay, and you just go up in euros for these sort of thing. I bought a Honda CB250 as well, in black. I paid, I think, 750 euros for it, or 800 euros. I invested 500 euros, and I put in a lot of hours working on that bike to get it absolutely prestige. I sold it for 1900 euros, and the guy is really happy with it. I'm really delighted for him. I also bought another CB250 in silver for 75 euros. Now this one needs the forks done. It also needs the brakes done. I need to do the steering bearings and give it a good cleaning, and put a set of tires on it. The engine runs quite nicely. It's got a sort of a high mileage of around about 50 or 60,000 kilometers on it, but that is okay for a CB250 twin. And I think that's basically it. No, I bought a Suzuki 600 GSX 600F in red. That's spluttering. I need to do a bit of work on that, but that'll be a nice quick bike, around about 80 brake horsepower. And at the moment I can't really remember what else I bought. There are a few bikes that are going to be bought in the future, and if you're wondering where I have all these things, I have two garages rented, and I have my own garage up at the house, which I usually have one or two bikes in. And I do everything from the garage that I have at my home. The other one is basically only a storage. Anyway, back to what we'll be doing. I'm going to let you know how I transport my bikes, because I have the best trailer in the world. It's a hydraulic up and downy thing, and you can do it all on your own. We'll be doing some garage days and some repairs and restorations in the garage. And I'd also like to do some before and after comparisons of some of the bikes that I've done and finished. And I'll be doing some off-road and falling off practice sessions. They're quite funny. I'll also be doing some how to do things and how not to do things, bike repair and bike drops. And I want to show you some of the hotels that I stay in. That's interesting as well. That's a lot of hotels that I travel to. So there's plenty of people passing here, but all of a sudden it was very quiet when I started off, but I hope it's actually putting me off more than anything else.